Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering unboxing. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Theros Beyond Death bundle. Recently released, I think this was last week, and so it's about time to crack one of these open. Okay. Now, obviously from its title you can see that it's a return to Theros with many of the themes that we would have seen in the original block, but of course now we're on to single standalone sets. So we'll be visiting Theros for this one set. Okay. So as you know from previous recent videos I've done on bundles, they have now removed the Player's Guide stroke encyclopedia, which is one of my favourite things. So there you go, so we get this rather flimsy piece of paper now in its place, just a piece of promotional material. I'm going to have a go at undoing this so you can see the artwork on the inside of this part of the box. So what have we got? We've got an alternative art premium foil, 20 in premium foil and 20 regular basic land card, basic lands, 10-15 card Theros Beyond Death booster packs, a special oversized spin down life counter, the actual this thing which now becomes a card box, and 2 reference cards, and then we have also the spacer box, which I now have a number of these. Obviously you can't, it's not quite tall enough to put cards in, but again if you have thousands of dice or other counters or other magic paraphernalia, it's a good way of storing that. So let's just try and get this open without ripping anything. It's not too difficult if you're reasonably careful. There we go. It's just got that same glue that they used to, or I don't see it so much now, I don't know if it's still a thing, but when music magazines used to have a promo CD stuck to the cover, it's that stuff. Okay. Bring this across camera. So that's what's on the inside of that outer sleeving for the packaging. As with a lot of these bundle unboxings, I've tried to avoid reading too many spoilers, but I always have a quick look at the MTG Goldfish site just to give me some idea of what's the most expensive card in the set. So at the moment it is Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath, which is currently around $22–23 in paper. And then after that we've got Heliod, Suncrowned, Thassa, Deep Dwelling, Ashiok, Nightmare's Muse, and they're ranging between 17 down to $12. So yeah, we got a lot of sort of characters in this set, and gods, which you'll see. I believe there's also legends at uncommon, so there's quite a number of legends in here. So this is pretty nice. I don't know how well this is coming on camera. This is very shiny. So this is the oversized spin down counter with the set symbol on it. Yep, I think that's the right way up. But this is a very glassy looking mottled, light green, like marble effect on that. So what else have we got here? Oh yeah, we've got our land packs. And this is a bit about explaining about blocking, attacking, how Planeswalker Loyalty works, and what we got here are popular Magic formats. So these two cards seem to be in these all the time, haven't changed much. So it looks like we got some regular artwork here. So as always, we'll take a look at the basic lands first so we can get a feel for the artwork. Got some planes here. Okay. Doesn't look like there's a ton of artwork. It looks like there's just a couple of variants. Okay. Let's see what's in our foil pack. Oh, that's very shiny. Okay, so we've got a raster of the endless web. So a raster of the endless web. Okay, it's better. A raster of the endless web. 2 and 2 green. Legendary enchantment creature Spider. It's a 3/5 with reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. And so we also have a foil land pack here. So it looks like half the land are foiled, half are not foiled. Same artwork there. That's pretty cool. So is that, again, it's difficult to know with the foiling. It's pretty good on camera actually. Not so much is to do with obviously the angle. Okay, now we move on to the main event, so let's crack some packs. Okay, see what we can get. So obviously as we go through this, I'll flag up the various keywords and abilities that sort of leap out. And obviously focus on the higher rarity stuff. Omen of the Dead, just flash on it. Rumbling Sentry, just get that, that's better. Traveler's Amulet is in the set. That looks like new artwork, I believe. Temple Thief, Stampede Rider, Nexus Wardens. So this has Constellation on it, which is a returning keyword ability. So we got whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 2 life. And so we'll see in the set generally sort of obviously an enchantment matters theme, because it's going to carry over themes that were similar to the previous Theros product. So there we got Omen of the Sea, Infuriate, Elysian Carotid, Satyr's Cunning. This has Escape on it, so this is a new one. So escape for 2 and a red, exile 2 other cards from your graveyard, You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Oh, we've got sagas in here as well. So as this is the first saga, we'll take a look at this one. Elspeth's Nightmare, 2 and a black. As this saga enters and after your draw step, add a lore counter, sacrifice after 3. So first one, we've got destroy target creature and opponent controls with power 2 or less. Second one, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. And the third step, exile target opponent's graveyard, and that's 2 and a black to cast. Got Warden of the Chains. So often with when you get onto the uncommons and a lot of the 2-colour or multicolour uncommons, these are often draft indicators. So if you're drafting boosters or doing booster draft, you'll often find you get cards like this which give you a clue as to some of the themes that you can play in various colour combinations depending on the set. So Warden of the Chained, 1 red-green, creature, minotaur, wizard, trample, Warden of the Chained, can't attack unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. And we possibly would see a sort of, a power related theme in this set. Hydra's Growth. Temples are in the set. So we've got Temple of Malice in our rare slot. Temple of Malice enters the battlefield tapped. When Temple of Malice enters the battlefield, scry 1, tap, add black or red. And we have these, I think, what people are calling Pokemon lands. So this it's full art land, but it basically just incorporates a fancy version of the particular mana symbol for that land. Imagine those look pretty cool in foil. And we have a zombie token. I believe there's actually quite a large number of tokens in the set as well, and subsequently token producers. Okay, Flicker of Fate, Rage Scarred Berserker, Discordant Piper, which produces goat tokens when it dies, Karametra's Blessing. Also going to see a number of reprints that may be coming from original Theros and also other previous Magic sets. Venomous Hierophant, which has Death Touch. Vexing Gull with Flash and Flying. Hang on. Ored of Mountains Blaze. Warbriar Blessing. Bronze Sword, piece of equipment. So we got some artifact equipment at common. Plummet. One with the Stars. We're moving on to our uncommons now, and you can see another enchantment here. Dreamstalker Manticore. So we've got enchantment creatures in the set as well, as we saw in the original Theros block. Dawn Evangel. And one of the things you'll notice that also they've done again here in terms of the design, so these enchantment creatures, they have this slightly different border, inner border to them. I don't know how easy you can see that. It's not always easy to spot, but you can see it's got more of a sort of white flecks in there, white spots. Sparkles. Okay, so here's Thorax, the Sudden Storm, 3 and 2 blue, legendary creature, elemental giant. So 4/5 with Flash and Flying. Spells you cast with converted mana cost 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. Full art forest and a zombie token. Altar of the Pantheon. Soul Reaper of Mogis. Sunmane Pegasus. Eidolon of Philosophy, another enchantment creature. Sleep of the Dead. Omen of the Forge. Oh, the Sleep of the Dead, another card with escape on this actually, so I'll just highlight this. 2 and a blue, exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from the graveyard for its escape cost, and that's 1 to cast normally. Omen of the Forge, Relentless Pursuit. Triton Wave Rider with Constellation on it. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, Triton Wave Rider gains flying until end of turn. Dreadful Apathy. Maya Triton with Death Touch. Slaughter Priest of Mogis. Black-red creature, Minotaur Shaman, 2/2. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, Slaughter Priest of Mogis gets +2/+0 until end of turn. 2. Sacrifice another creature or an enchantment. Slaughter Priest of Mogis gains first strike until end of turn. This looks pretty interesting. So you see these come up. So there's like this enhanced. It's not. It looks. The sort of design on it is interesting because we've got 2 things meeting here. We've got the fact that it's legendary, or more the fact that it's an enchantment creature. So we've got this slightly different coloured inner border, but also because it's a legendary, that design of that border is different from a regular Magic card. So you'll notice that with any legendary now, and I think it's on Planeswalkers as well, where they've slightly altered the they've got this more flourished inner border here, and so you sort of combine that with the enchantment style sparkly pixie dust border, you get this Magic card that really stands out, plus some other interesting touches with these, where you've got the blacked out background on the rules area of the text with white text, so it makes everything just pop out a lot more. Caliphate, Beloved of the Sea, 1 and 2 blue, legendary enchantment creature, demigod. So I believe there's a cycle of demigods that are uncommon, that are legends. Caliph's power is equal to your devotion to blue. Creatures and enchantments you control have spells your opponents cast that target this permanent cost 1 more to cast. So devotion is to do with the number of blue casting cost symbols on cards. That's where that comes from. Shatter the Sky is our rare 2 and 2 white sorcery. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, then destroy all creatures. And we have a foil in here, Inspire Awe, 3 and a green, instant at common. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn, except combat damage that would be dealt by enchanted creatures and enchantment creatures. Scry 2. Full art mana symbol Swamp and a human soldier. Okay. Farika's Libation. Omen of the Sun, Chain to Memory, Blight Breath, Catobral Pass, crikey. Somewhere in there is a devotion. Starlit Mantle, Scophos War Leader, Scholar Grove Dance, another enchantment creature, Flummox Cyclops, Cetizen Skirmisher with Constellation on it, Nyxborn Seaguard, Thurindy Singer, Dreamshaper Shaman, Commanding Presence, and in our rare slot we have Gallia of the Endless Dance. It's a red-green legendary creature satyr. 2/2, haste. Other satyrs you control get +1/+1, and if haste, whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may discard a card at random. If you do, draw 2 cards. So we have a satyr tribal leader. That's also a lord. It gives it +1/+1 and have haste. It's Full Art Mountain and an advert for Arena. So of course, with legends going down to or being present at uncommon, as well as the higher rarities, then obviously there's a pretty good chance you're going to see a lot of legendaries in the set. Leonin of the Lost Pride, Memory Drain, Funeral Rites, Triumphant Surge, Thrill of Possibility, Nyxborn Colossus, Maya's Grasp, Loathsome Chimera. This one's got Escape 4 and a green, so exile 3 cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Okay, Ichthyomorphosis. Aspect of Manticore. Thundering Chariots. We have a vehicle in the set, so 4 to cast. It's a 3/3 with first strike, trample and haste. Crew 1. Tap any number of creatures you control with total power 1 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Also uncommon, we have a legendary enchantment creature demigod. Renata Called to the Hunt, 2 and 2 green, star and a 3. Renata's power is equal to your devotion to green. Each green in the mana cost of permanents you control counts towards your devotion to green. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And also another legendary creature at uncommon, Siona, Captain of the Pyleas, 1 green white legendary creature human soldier. It's a 2/2. When Siona, Captain of the Pyleas, enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an aura card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a creature you control, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. And then our rare is Nylea's Intervention. So X and 2 green, sorcery. We've got a modal spell here, so we get to choose 1. Search your library for up to X land cards, reveal them, put them into your library, then shuffle your library. Nylea's Intervention deals twice X damage to each creature with flying. It's an interesting combination of abilities. Full Art Forest and a Satyr token. Inspire Awe, Mogis Favour, it's got Escape on it, Nyxborn Corsair. It looks like there's possibly a cycle of vanilla enchantment creatures. Glory Bearers, Nylea's Forerunner, Witness of Tomorrows, which has Scry on it and flying, Hyrax Tower Scout, Riptide Turtle, Underworld Ragehound, Escape on that one as well, Nylea's Huntmaster, it's got Devotion, Whirlwind Denial, Cling to Dust, another card with Escape, Nessian Hornbeetle, another card that cares about power, and so we have a full art Planeswalker, Elspeth Sun's Nemesis, 2 and 2 white, legendary Planeswalker Elspeth. It's 5 loyalty, so the +1 is up to 2 target creatures you control each get +2/+1 until end of turn. -2 is create 2/1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, and the -3 is you gain 5 life. Also has Escape on it, so Escape 4 and 2 white, exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Full art island and a gold token. Okay, Aspect of Lamprey, Pious Wayfarer with Constellation. So we have Unknown Shores at common, tap add colourless mana, and 1 mana of any colour, tap add 1 mana of any colour. It's been reprinted a few times. I think this must be different artwork on there. Scavenging Harpy, Incendiary Oracle, Daybreak Chimera, Deny the Divine, Aurora's Blessing, Return to Nature, Wrap in Flames, Scophos Maze Warden. So we have another legendary uncommon. We've got an Axe Harden in the Forge, 1 and 2 red, legendary enchantment creature demigod. An Axe's power is equal to the devotion equal to your devotion to red, so its power toughness is star 3. Whenever an Axe or another non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 red satyr creature token with this creature can't block. If the creature had power 4 or greater, create 2 of those tokens instead. Elysiad of Life's Bounty. And our rare is Enigmatic Incarnation. 3 green-blue enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Full art planes and a goat token. Okay, 3 packs left. Don't believe we've seen a mythic yet. We have had a foil. Transcendent Envoy, Towering Wave Mystic, Nyxborn Marauder, Citizen Training, Thirst for Meaning, Irreverent Reveliers, Voracious Typhon. It's got escape on it. It's a Snake Beast, Hero of the Pride, Portent of Betrayal, Daxos Blessed by the Sun, 2 white legendary enchantment creature demigod, 2 and a star. So it would appear that these demigods have devotion relevant to their colour. Daxos toughness is equal to your devotion to white. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, you gain 1 life. We've also got another saga. It's the second one we've seen. It's an uncommon. We have a Devourer of Memory. And our rare is Nightmare Shepherd, 2 and 2 black, flying. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1 and it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. And we have our second foil in these packs, Underworld Ragehound. It's at common. It's 2 and a red, 3/1, creature elemental hound. Underworld Ragehound attacks when each combat if able, and it has an escape on it. So 2 and a red, exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Underworld Ragehound escapes with a 1/1 counter on it. Full Art Forest and an ad. Rumbling Sentry, Lampad of Death's Vigil, Grim Physician, Heliod's Pilgrim, Brine Giant, Hero of the Games, Elysian Carotid, Nyxborn Brute, Final Death, Elite Instructor, Enemy of Enlightenment. So we're moving on to our uncommons. Nyx Herald, enchantment creature Centaur Shaman. Banishing Light is in the set. Tectonic Giant is our rare, 2 and 2 red. Creature Elemental Giant, 3/4. Whenever Tectonic Giant attacks or becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, choose 1. Tectonic Giant deals 3 damage to each opponent. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose 1 of them until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. We have a Swamp and an ad for Arena. Last pack. Thinking about it, let me check something. I've probably missed it again because of the colours on these. I've not seen them too good through the lens, but that's yeah, the Elspeth was the mythic. So yeah, so we have got 1 mythic. I think that's, just trying to think, yeah, that's $7, $7, $8 for that one. Traveller's Amulet, Underworld Charger, Sentinel's Eyes, Wings of Hubris, Arena Trickster, Gift of Strength, Stampede Rider, Captivating Unicorn, Stern Dismissal, Satyr's Cunning, Stinging Lionfish, that looks pretty cool. I imagine that would be cool in foil. Furious Rise, Destiny Spinner, and our rare is Thassa's Intervention. So X and 2 blue, it's an instant, another modal spell. So choose one, look at the top X cards of your library, put up to 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Counter target spell unless its controllers pays twice X. And we have a full art forest, and a Kraken token. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed that. That was the Theros Beyond Death unboxing for the bundle. Next week I'm going to be looking at the Theros Beyond Death Deck Builders Toolkit that's come out at the same time. So yeah, some pretty interesting artwork on here. A lot of the tokens are looking really cool now, and as you've seen, we've got this sort of full art stuff going on now in sets. We saw one of those with our mythic Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. And also some interesting other, there was a legendary, I think it was in this pack, but a legendary creature enchantment where that really sort of popped with the black background. We got a couple of foils, so yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the way the set looks generally. Like I said, a lot of interesting artwork going on. I don't know how I feel about that full art mana symbol land. I suppose it's just sort of something new to get used to. But I do like. It would be nice, I think, if they just done regular full art land for this set, if they wanted to do full art stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.